Okay, so get this. Today's deep dive, straight into AI territory, and we're not messing around.
No kidding.
We're talking OpenAI's O1 model, and let me tell you, the hype is real.
It's everywhere you look.
And it's not just the techies freaking out, though they definitely are,
Oh, for sure.
but the scientists, right? They're buzzing about this one.
Like really buzzing. Big time.
And you know what? You guys sent us a bunch of articles about it, so we're guessing you're pretty curious too, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Is O1 the AI breakthrough everyone's saying it
It's a
is?
million-dollar question, right?
Well, we're diving in to find out, and we've got our expert here to break it all down.
Happy to be here.
So this O1, it's not just some chatbot shooting the breeze, right? This is next level stuff.
No, you're telling me this thing is solving some seriously complex scientific problems. We're talking going head-to-head with PhD students on some of these tests.
Okay, hold on, rewind. PhD students, like the brainiacs with the fancy letters after their names?
Yep, those PhD students. And Owen's not just keeping up, it's actually outperforming them in some cases.
Okay, now my mind is officially blown.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So we've got this Nature article, right? The one titled In Awe. Scientists impressed by latest ChatGPT Model O1. And, well, the title kind of says it all, doesn't it?
They weren't kidding with that title.
O1 sounds like it's in a league of its own, especially when we're talking about science and coding. So what's the magic ingredient? What makes this thing tick?
Well, the secret sauce, if you will, is something called chain of thought logic.
Chain of thought logic. Lay it on me.
So imagine O1 basically thinking out loud, walking through a problem step by step, kind of like you would when you're trying to solve a puzzle, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Except it's doing it with, the power of AI behind it.
Right, because who needs a brain when you have AI, right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
But here's the really cool part. Get this, O1 can actually catch its own mistakes along the way.
Wait, hold up. It's checking its own work.
Exactly.
Now that's just showing off.
Well, maybe a little, but that's what makes its reasoning so much more human-like,
I mean, I wish I could catch my own mistakes before I hit send on some of my emails.
Yeah.
Maybe O1 can give me a hand with that.
Maybe one day.
But seriously, that ability to self-correct, that's a game changer.
Absolutely. That's what allows O1 to take on these really complex scientific problems that honestly used to be the exclusive territory of, well, us humans.
Okay, so we've got AI out here basically doing our taxes and writing our screenplays, but now it's solving equations that would make Einstein scratch his head.
And acing PhD level exams. It's a lot to process.
It really is. But there's a flip side to this, right? Because we can't talk about Owen's brilliance without mentioning the elephant in the room, that whole hallucination thing.
Right, right. It's the issue that just won't quit, even with these super advanced models.
So even though O1 is out there solving the mysteries of the universe, it's also perfectly capable of giving us information that's just flat out wrong,
Yeah, unfortunately, O1 hasn't completely escaped that.
which is a little unnerving, to say the least, especially if we're talking about, say, scientific research.
Absolutely. Accuracy is paramount in science. A wrong answer on a test is one thing, but when you're dealing with real-world experiments with potentially dangerous materials...
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame.
Exactly, and the Nature article actually highlights this very concern. They give some pretty striking examples.
Oh, like what?
Well, in one instance, O1 actually suggested a lab procedure that, if followed, would have been completely unsafe.
Yikes. Okay, that's not good. Not good at all.
No, not at all. And it really highlights the fact that while O1 can be a phenomenal tool, it's not a replacement for human judgment. Not yet, anyway.
So, as tempting as it might be to just hand over the reins of scientific discovery to our new AI overlords,
It's not quite time for that.
right,
Yeah.
human oversight is still very much a necessity.
100%. Think of it this way. O1 is an incredibly powerful tool, perhaps one of the most powerful we've ever encountered. But like any tool, it needs a skilled hand to wield it effectively and, most importantly, safely.
So no robot scientists replacing humans in lab coats just yet.
Not quite, but the article does point to some pretty amazing ways that scientists are already using O1, and this is where it gets really exciting.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So imagine being able to scan through, like, mountains of research papers in seconds. I'm talking about instantly pulling out the most relevant information.
Okay, that would be a game changer right there.
Right. Or how about having AI actually generate hypotheses for you, helping researchers explore new avenues they might have completely missed otherwise?
So it's like having a super-powered research assistant working 24/7, fueled by nothing but electricity and data.
Exactly. And we haven't even touched on O1's coding skills.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. The article talks about how scientists are using it to actually write code for complex experiments, which can save them a ton of time and effort.
Mm.
And that means faster discoveries, quicker advancements.
This is blowing my mind. So we've covered how O1 could impact something like scientific research. But the potential applications here seem pretty much endless. I mean, we're talking medicine, climate change, space exploration.
Yeah.
The possibilities are kind of endless.
It's true. And it's not just about doing things faster, it's about doing things we could never even dream of doing before.
Right. It's like we're talking about changing the game entirely. But with all this talk about O1's potential, and it is incredibly exciting, it's easy to get kind of swept up in it all, you know?
Oh, absolutely. It's shiny new toy syndrome on an entirely different level.
And we can't forget that AI, even something as advanced as O1 seems to be, it's still a tool at the end of the day.
That's the thing, right? It's powerful, it's got potential. We're only just starting to grasp, but it's what we do with it that really matters.
Exactly. It's not about asking, is AI going to take over the world and make us all its pets? It's about asking, how can we, all of us, work together to make sure AI is used for good? That's the conversation we should be having.
Couldn't agree more. And that conversation, it's not just for the tech gurus and the scientists. This is about our future, every single one of us.
Absolutely. It's about our values,
Yeah.
what we prioritize as a society, what kind of future we're trying to build. It's a big one, for sure.
It really is. But that's why we're having this conversation, right? To make sure we're asking the right questions.
100%. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from O1's mind-blowing capabilities to some very real and important concerns. We've explored the potential of AI to revolutionize scientific research, and maybe even more than that, and we've only just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to uncover. It's an exciting time, but also a time for careful consideration.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So now we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on O1? What's got you excited? What's got you worried? What are your predictions for the future of AI? Hit us up on our socials. Let's keep this conversation going. And on that note, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of OpenAI's O1. We'll be back next week, diving into a whole new topic. Who knows what mysteries we'll uncover next? Until then, stay curious.